Justin Trudeau plans to transition Albertans into the poorhouse, all in the name of climate change. But how does Justin Trudeau really feel about foreign oil? Does he hate it as much as he hates Alberta oil? I've got an access to information filing that you are definitely going to want to see. Liberal Environment Minister Jonathan Wilkinson said just last week, as parts of the country were scratching their way out of an intense deep freeze, that he's going to just transition Albertans, I guess, from employment to green fantasy. While the rest of the world is allowed to develop their natural resources, Albertans are going to be sacrificed on the altar of Al Gore. The Liberals are going to do it to us, whether we like it or not, so they say, so they think. Now, those remarks aren't anything new from these Liberals. I mean, here's Justin Trudeau back in 2017 saying that he's just going to phase out Alberta, no biggie. Take a listen.
Time and time again, and you're all tired of hearing me say it, you can't make a choice between what's good for the environment and what's good for the economy. We can't shut down the oil sands tomorrow. We need to phase them out. We need to manage the transition off of our dependence on fossil fuels.
I misspoke.
I want to show you something today. It's an access to information request that I should be clear I did not file for. Instead, it's being released on the Proactive Disclosures website, and I think I should explain that a little bit. After you or somebody else files for access to information, after the records are released exclusively to the filer for a certain amount of time, the records are then released to the world on the Proactive Disclosures website. And at Rebel News, we frequently check there because sometimes the mainstream media or people on the left file for access to information, and the records they get back, well, they don't say what they hope they would say, so then they try to bury them by not reporting on them. And so we go looking to see if there's something that we should be reporting on in those proactively disclosed documents. Now, I can't tell you who asked for these documents, but I think the response is relevant, and I think you'll probably agree with me. Look at this. Informal request for access to information records previously released from Natural Resources Canada. From November 2022, provide documentation on any reviews related to upstream or downstream impacts to greenhouse gas emissions from foreign oil that is imported to Canada. The time frame for this request is December 2nd, 2017 to September 20th, 2022. So to be clear, during Trudeau's carbon taxing. Guess what? No records found. The same government that is increasingly obsessed with phasing out Alberta jobs, the Trudeau Liberals who continue to paint our life-sustaining, completely necessary fossil fuel industry as some sort of climate killer, the same Trudeau Liberals that stopped a west-east pipeline that would take Alberta oil to the East Coast to offset foreign imports, well, they don't seem to have that same obsession or worry if the oil they're using is being imported to Canada from such regimes as Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, Algeria, Venezuela. Not only do the Liberals not seem to care about the basic human rights issues involved with the extraction of oil and gas in those countries, but they don't seem to care about the greenhouse gas emissions either. I mean, let me be clear, I don't care about the greenhouse gas emissions, but the Liberals tell me they do care. They won't shut up about it, but it's clear they don't. They only care about punishing Alberta and making sure we know our place, and that place is worshipping at the foot of Ottawa within Confederation. It has never been about the environment. The Liberals don't fly any less frequently. They don't drive electric cars. They haven't given up their drink box water bottle sort of things in exchange for good old-fashioned tap water.
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of water out of when we have water bottles out of plastic, away from plastic towards paper.
It's about punishing us and making sure we never exhibit the power we should rightly wield inside this country. And the Liberals really don't care if they make the lives of Canadians unlivable and expensive all along the way. Your family is just collateral damage in the war on Alberta and the war on the West. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. If you'd like to fund our investigative research project into not just the Trudeau Liberals, but all levels of government, please consider making a donation at rebelinvestigates.com. And thank you in advance to everybody who donates to make this important work possible.